Kai Coffee!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Kai Coffee channel. I'm Sean, your favorite person in the world.
He's the founder of Kai Coffee, and I am the right-hand man. As you all know, anyone that's a right-hand man, you're actually the guy that gets everything done. But here you are at Kai Coffee on our channel. We're excited to be here today, guys. We've got a big one here. We've got 3 big tips how to survive and thrive in your cafe in 2025.
That's right, in case you missed it, our first episode we talked about the crazy price rises going on, but the industry is changing. Everyone's scrambling, trying to figure out what they need to do to survive this year, and we thought of 3 really pretty key areas that we think you should focus on that are gonna help you have the best year yet. Let's get into it. Number 1, build real community. Community, community, community. It's so important. You hear this word a lot, but we wanna stress it in 2025. You have to be good to your customers. What do we mean by community?
Okay, so as a cafe, we have the real opportunity to become the heart of our neighborhood. So we need to be developing our staff and ourselves and our presence into the everyday lives of our customers. So we need to make sure that we're becoming engaging with those. A simple smile, looking up when it's busy. Building our engagement ensures that we become that integral part of our community and neighborhoods.
That's right. We all have that experience where you've gone into a cafe, maybe for the first time. The barista is like staring down and won't even acknowledge you, or worse yet, they're like on their phone looking at TikTok reels or something. And it's like they don't even care that you're there. And we're talking price rises could be like $7 for a 12-ounce cup of coffee. Like if I'm gonna pay that kind of money, I would hope that I'm gonna be spending it on someone that I really care about at a place when there's so many options, right? So you wanna be the cafe where your baristas are welcoming and inviting and friendly, and they create that atmosphere where you're like, man,
community.
I love that thing. I love that shop. I'm gonna go back there every single time because I want to spend my money with them because they do a good job with the product and they're great to us. They've built this amazing time. I see my friends there. We've become friends. It's just through coffee. So build that community, super important.
Yeah, community is loyalty. Now, if we can create that loyalty, we know that those customers come each and every day, and that is adding to our business.
Which brings us to point number 2.
Hit it.
As important as community is, a smiling face with a really bad coffee is not going to get you anywhere. And so our second point is you need to level up your coffee game this year.
Yeah, consistency is key here.
That's it.
So we've got our coffee. We've got it broken up into a few things. Our extraction needs to be spot on each and every time. We need to make sure that we're dosing and distributing correctly so that we're not creating channeled shots. And if we are, they're getting thrown in the bin and we're going again. After that, we've got our milk texturing and our pouring. Now, if I get pretty latte art, I am not just 100% going to that cafe because it can still taste bad with extraction. So we're making sure we get a good extraction, and then what can we do to level up that pouring game? Can we be increasing our latte art? Can we be improving that so that our customers see that and they're like, I'm proud of where I go to each and every single day. In fact, I'm throwing that guy up on Instagram and Facebook and I'm shouting out to every single person, hey, here I am, I'm hanging at a Kai Coffee spot because they do exactly what I need each and every day. Get that consistency.
That's right. Part of that is the equipment that you use. It might be time in 2025, and I know we're talking about saving money, but just to have a look at your equipment.
Yeah.
You can have, again, great atmosphere, great staff. We're doing a good job making sure that they're being consistent on their end. You got to give them good machinery to back that up. Yeah. A quality machine today is so much different than a quality machine 10 years ago. And a lot of times, you know, cafes start, they stretch, they buy their first equipment or they lease it or rent it. And then years go by and they just don't have the capital or they haven't really spent the time really investing in additional equipment that ups their coffee game. And we're just saying, look, in 2025, it's gonna matter. So look at your gear, look at its maintenance schedule. Can you put in new water filtration, maybe RO system that's gonna make the water taste better? How old are your coffee grinder blades? Do those need to be replaced? Some of this stuff, RO is expensive, but you know, grinder blades, maybe a service. They're not going to break the bank, but it is going to add to the quality of the cup. So you have to look at that stuff. You cannot let it go this year. You have to focus on equipment, making sure it's well maintained, well looked after, and maybe even splurging and getting yourself something.
Yeah. See, that's going to improve that consistency, and consistency is key to creating a good cup, which in turn helps with that loyalty. Customers are happy, customers are coming back each and every day. Now, what else have we got? Number 3, I think.
All right, so we've got a good community, super important. Great product, super important. Good equipment to make that product, super important. But the third point that we want to make, and this is probably the most important thing to really stop and have a look at this week, something that you can immediately implement, is jumping in and doing your own version of an Elon Musk Doge audit. Now, I know that might ruffle some feathers out there, but the truth is when you're in business because you need to make money, because you can't pay your bills if you're not making money.
Yeah.
And one of the purposes of an audit and a checkup is just to go, hey, where am I spending money? Where am I making money? What products have I never raised my prices on? Should I probably look at raising my prices on? Some of these things, they're not rocket science. It's just it's the mundane kind of like, oh, I don't want to look at that. We sort of shy away from it, and this is the time. This is your week. Stop what you're doing when you're done with this video and just open up your accounting software and have a real deep dive look.
Yeah, so this is important. What we need to do is we need to go through every single line of our expenses. Now, this is genius, Sean, but unless you are bringing more money into your business that is going out, you're actually not profitable.
That was the best
Genius.
summarization of business that I've ever heard.
So we need to go through all of our expenses and go through those guys. Can we actually talk to some of our suppliers? Can we actually increase our profit margin on some of those? Can we go through and tighten? Can we go through and actually wipe out some of those expense lines? Are they important? Are they needed? So we need to do that dry task of going through all of our expenses and actually assessing each one. Is it bringing money in? And if not, why is it there? If it's creating and helping that community, that's valid. But if it's not bringing a return of investment in either a monetary form or our experience, customer experience, why is that expense there? And another thing we need to be making sure we're looking at is our utilities costs and our consumables. Now, here is an absolutely crazy thing to look into. Milk wastage.
It's a big one.
Every single cup of coffee we make. Now, say my barista's there and they just slap some milk in there and they're not paying too much attention. I may throw 20, 30, 50 mils of milk down the drain after a coffee. I fill it up and then that leftover gets thrown down the drain. Now multiply that by 200 times a day, multiply that by 52 weeks of the year. Do you know that we could be throwing down the drain in milk alone $5,000 worth of straight up profit that you could be saving?
That's only 20 mils.
Yeah,
it's probably more than that.
Yeah,
That's just,
I've seen a lot of baristas that are more than that.
Yeah.
But 20 mils of milk in today's environment, that's not even talking about alternative milks or anything like that. Now, this is an easy way to go, okay, baristas, what are we doing? Where are we focusing? Pay attention to how much milk goes into our jug. Pay attention to how much is left over at the end. If you had leftover, next time, try a slightly small amount. Now, your baristas should be able to point or actually fill it into a jug and say, this is the exact amount for a 12 ounce. This is the exact amount for an 8 ounce. This is the exact amount for 2 cups of flat white. They should be able to do that. That's their skill. And if it's not their skill, we need to, number one, bring their attention to it. And then number two, get them to focus on it and bring it down, because that's profit margin there.
Yeah, jump in on that training. And just with the other sort of expenses, there's a few things that jumped out at me when I was doing this to my own business. Subscription models and things that I've jumped on for our website, for example, services that I'm paying monthly for, and I realized I'm not even using this anymore. Maybe I trialed something and you get the free trial and then it kicks in 30 days later and you forgot to turn it off. Those types of things, if you can just spend a bit of a day, maybe a whole day dedicated to, I'm just gonna look at every single expense that came out last month on my credit card and in my bank account and just go, am I using this? Is this a necessity? Is this something that I should keep going with? Or is this, oh, shoot, I could be saving hundreds of dollars a month just by doing this one thing.
There you have it, guys. Build real community, number 1. Number 2, level up your coffee game. And number 3, run your Elon Doge audit on your company. Those 3 keys alone are going to make a giant impact in 2025.
That's right. And we hope you like this video. We're going to keep making these every single week. So if you do, please leave us a comment below on some fun stuff that you want us to cover. We would love to do that for you. Also, if you do enjoy the content, we would really appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel.
Ding that bell for your notifications.
That's it. And tell all your friends.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Have a good one.
We'll see you next time.
Alrighty.